Occupational Health International. Since the origin of man has evidenced the need for protection, man as a species evolves according to the needs not only of the individual but of his own family. Ancient Egypt, around 4000 years BC, laws imposed by pharaohs, protection for warriors and embalmers. Mesopotamia, around 2000 years BC, Code Hammurabi, well-being for people, rights and obligations. In 4th century BC, Hippocrates as the father of medicine. He was the first to describe intoxication as an occupational disease.
Pliny, 23 years before Christ. He described in his Encyclopedia a list of occupational diseases, which were called slave disease because he referred to manufacturing and mining workers. Ellenbach, 1472. He indicates that vapors that are present in some metals can be harmful to health, describes the symptoms of lead and mercury poisoning, thus giving measures for the emergency of preventing measures. George Agricola, 1494. He described occupational disease and their distinction between chronic and acute.
Bernardo Ramazzini wrote the Morbis Artificum Diatriba discourse on worker disease, with which a new branch is incorporated into medicine, which would be known as occupational health. Paracelsus, 1560, he wrote the first treatise on disease of miners. Due to capitalism, the Industrial Revolution was generated, which led to the increase of industrial accidents and occupational disease. This was how the need arose to protect employees to improve their effectiveness. In 1884, an epidemic of fever caused the fierce action of the workers to be enveloped by the English government. 1795, the Manchester Chamber of Social Health was created, which advised to implement working hours and working conditions.
1811, the Wisdom Movement was great in progress against inhuman war. 1841, a law of compensation was created by mine owing against workers who had suffered a war accident of occupational disease. 1842, Edwin Chomsky made a text called Reports on the Health Condition of Working Population in Britain. 1880, machines regulated in the United States after 50,000 deaths a year from workplace accidents. 1843 and 1844, in Germany, social insurance law in 1843 and work compensation law in 1844. 20th century.
1919, the creation of International Labour Organization request to safety and health of workers. 1956, immediate events such as explosions, falling heavy objects, burns and cuts. 1957, the first national occupational health seminar has held and the direction Frederick. 1958, the regional until the sound of the Institute of Occupational Health. 69. National Institute of Occupational Health, after several situations changed, recognized as National Institute of Occupational Health. 1985. Finally adopts the name of National Center of Occupational Health. The 21st century faces two very specific changes. The 12th World Day of Safety and Health at Work, April 2012, with the theme Promoting Safety and Health in a Green Economy.